Okay, so welcome to this little quick session on knees. Before you do any exercises or for strengthening or mobilizing, stretching is brilliant. So I'm going to show you this one to stretch out your quadriceps. So these big muscles are connected to your hips and your knees. So stretching them can just alleviate, I don't know what the thinking is, but I think just having these longer puts less stress on the knees or the hips when you've got some issue going on. But whatever the thinking is, it definitely works. And so here we go. So I'm going to hold on to here, leaning into this right leg and cocking up the left leg. So we're lengthening the tissues in this here, this quadriceps. So we're taking the heel into, squeezing it into the bottom. For form, you need your knee facing downwards, so directly downwards there. And what we avoid is plucking out the chest. You want to roll that coccyx under, so your tailbone kind of winds underneath yourself and the knee straight down, and you literally hold this for 30 seconds. So we've been here for a few already. So draw your belly button in and lift your pelvic floor. It just helps with balance if you've not got anything to hold on to there. And the other thing you have to watch is for your hips to be level with the floor. So we're avoiding tipping over like this. Everything's nice and aligned and tilted up. We hold that for, we'll just go for another few seconds. Breathe, and whenever you move or exchange a limb, you exhale and lift the pelvic floor, draw the belly button towards the spine. Just helps with general balance. So we're doing the next one now, squeezing that heel in, drawing the coccyx under. As soon as you do that, you feel this length here, which is what we're looking for. You want your shoulders in line with your hips that are level with the floor. So just recruiting what we call, or some people call, the powerhouse, or your core, the beginning of your core, which is your pelvic floor, which are the muscles around the orifices that tighten up when you're trying not to go to the toilet. So you're drawing those up. Just a few more seconds here, and then I'll show you an exercise, a stretch, sorry, that's going to stretch your hamstrings at the back of your legs and your calf muscles as well. Okay, so breathe, exhale. So when you exhale, you recruit everything upwards, lift everything upwards, draw your belly button in. Just gives you that little bit of balance to exchange or release, twist, or when you're powering up, you want to exhale and lift everything up. Okay, just brilliant for balance and to keep you safe. So what we're doing now is we're going for this. It's a typical runner's stretch. So you can either do this sat down, show you here. So what we're doing is you've got one knee bent. Again, try and have your knee always over your heel, certainly not overshooting that toe. So you want it to be lined up somewhere between here and here, and you never let your knee fall in. And just lengthen that other leg there. And you can lean on that knee as long as it's supported by your heel. Without bending your back, try and keep your scapula, your shoulder blades down your back, and fold in here at the hip and just grab this toe. So this is called a runner's stretch. And if you don't need a chair, you can, if you've got that strength and good balance, then you can do this stood up. So we just again hold this for 30 seconds. You pull on your toe because that'll just make the stretch a little bit more intense, gets your calf muscle there. You keep your hips level so you avoid twisting in the hips, and kind of get your sitting bones further back. If you're not feeling that stretch here, then kind of get your sitting bones, which are, here, push them down and backwards towards like the skirting board at the back there. And then breathe, lift everything in your powerhouse just to exchange. Exhale, bend down, and then just breathe easy here. So you're feeling this stretch up here, all the way up there, breathing into it. And if you feel like the stretch goes off, then you're ready to just hinge a little bit more. What we avoid is this. You don't want to curve your back. You want to keep your back as straight as possible, because you're not bending the back at the stretching, you're stretching the back of your legs. So take the bend out of your back, stretches those limbs and all the tissues there. It's not just your muscles that you're stretching, it's you've got ligaments and tendons, the tissues that connect your muscles to your bones, or bone to bone. Okay, all of these tissues are vitally important. So 30 seconds on each side there, and then we're ready to get mobilized. So I'll show you those 3 exercises that we've had a look at face to face. So we start sat here like this, or further back. Just get comfortable here. Remember, the first exercise, you can do it with or without shoes, probably better without. You want to have your foot relaxed. Okay, so I call this your knee pit, like your armpit, but underneath your knee. There's a bit of a space there. Imagine you squashing it down and then relax. So it's for general mobilization of the patella, which is like a floater, but it's not like it is, a floating disc of bone that protects all the gubbins, and like spaghetti junction under your knee. We've got so many things meeting at the knee, all these huge muscles, your calf muscles, your quads, your hamstrings, they all meet here. Your patella protects all of that. So we just literally squeeze, relax. You're not using big muscles. These are the stabilizing muscles we're trying to target here. You want to do that 20 times. So 1 set is 20 of those. The next exercise is literally flexing the foot and then a tiny lift. Now, do you remember we breathe to prepare? Exhale, lift, breathe in lower. 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 Exhale, lift, breathe in lower, and then relax the foot when you lower. Flex the foot to lift. We're halfway through. We're going to do another 20 of these, another 10 of these. Breathe to prepare. Exhale, lift. Breathe in lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in lower. I'm not going really high, because as soon as you go up to another higher level, the degree, the angle in your leg changes, and different muscles will take over. Just 5 to go. Breathe to prepare. Exhale, lift. Breathe in lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in lower. Exhale, lift. Breathe in lower. Okay. And the last one that you're going to do on each leg, you can pause it now. Do the same on the other leg, because any health professional is going to tell you to do aligned, balanced exercise. So you have to do the other leg as well. And by the way, that one can be like this. You don't have to have it, whatever's comfortable for you. The final mobilization exercise that I'm going to show you is heel slide. Okay, so remember, you're just moving the knee, you're mobilizing the knee, you're flexing the joint and then extending. And this is great because you've got not your body weight on your knee. Okay, so your knee's got this lovely freedom of movement without the weight, so it's much kinder to the limb while you're trying to rehabilitate. So again, we breathe to prepare. You exhale, draw the heel up as if it's your pelvic floor doing the work, and then relax, breath in, exhale, draw up. So I literally imagine I've got one of these bands on the heel connected to the sitting bone to pull it up So it's like your core, and that's going to be brilliant for your balance, your stability, general stability. Okay, we've got 3 more here. Exhale, pull, breath in, lengthen, exhale, pull, you're halfway through. So we're doing 20 of all of these things. 4, breath. Exhale, draw it in. Breathing in there, exhale, draw up. Breathing in, exhale, draw. Excellent. Okay, last 5, 4, 3, 2. My fingers are doing something different to what I'm saying, but we've got there. Last one. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to do 20 of each of those exercises on both legs. So pause this, do the other heel slide on your other leg. And then I want you to do that for 4 days. Okay, so you're going to do 20 of each for 4 days. And then after 4 days, you're going to do the same, but instead of doing 1 set of 20 repetitions, you're going to do 2 sets of 20 repetitions of each thing. So of your kneecap one, called quad setting, that one. Your little lifts, so you'll be doing 40 of these by, your 4th day, and then 40 of these on each leg, okay? And then after a week of doing those, or 8 days, you add another set of 20 repetitions. So you'll be doing 60 by the 2nd week, okay? And this is really going to alleviate tension in that knee, just getting all that fluid moved around, just getting some really nice mobility in it. Okay, and let's keep an eye on that swelling. So if the swelling continues underneath the back of the knee, then you're going to have to chat with mum and maybe get a health professional to have a look at it. I'm not worried about these exercises. If there is anything underlying going on in there, these exercises are really gentle and will really help you anyway, even if there is anything going on. The worst thing you can do is nothing. Okay, the other thing to say is, and I think I've mentioned this to your mum, is, and you'll know this anyway because your mum said you're doing it, is particularly if there's swelling or pain, then you're going to want to elevate it while you're lying down or sat down, and even ice is going to be good. If it gets painful while you're doing the exercises, then just stop, draw back, okay? If the pain subsides and it levels off and it's fine, then you can carry on with them the next day. If any pain continues during, after, and into hours after, then you don't go back to the exercises. You need to get some help about it. But don't, if you've got pain after a session, it'll subside, and then if it stops, then you're really safe to continue the next day. It's if it carries on, it's if it keeps you going, keeps you awake at night, things like that, it needs to be looked at. Okay, so any pain a little bit afterwards, let it subside. If it goes away, return to exercise the next day or the day after. Just make sure you do them 4 times before you increase. Okay, 4 days before you step it up a level. So every day or every other day, mobilize it for 4 days and then increase the repetitions for 4 days. And then you're working up to 60 repetitions. Okay, so 3 sets of 20. You can do all 3 exercises, 20 of each, and then do all 3 again, 20 of each. And then by the time you've got into week 2, then you'll be doing them all again. Okay, and don't forget to stretch before each session. You can actually stretch after each session as well. It's always a good idea to do that, but certainly before. Okay, I would recommend afterwards as well, just because I I've had knee pain and that's really helped me. I hope it helps. It should do, but you need to keep it up. Okay, good luck with it.